Okay, so some oxidation questions. So one thing I want to clear up is I don't need you to memorize like K2CR207 or CR03 or I don't know, other like specific reagents. What I want you to be able to recognize is if you see chromium with oxygen on it, right, bonded to oxygen, you know it's an oxidizing agent, right? Whether you remember exactly how many oxygens, that's not useful, quite frankly. So I want you to realize that it's an oxidizing agent. It oxidizes things. So if you see these, you can just assume it's chromium. And I think on practice tests, I literally just called it this, chromium, right, with quotation marks. So if you see that, you know that it's the really strong oxidant versus this PCC, right? So this is the reactive one. This is the less reactive. So we had this before. Let's just kind of look maybe again, not worry about the mechanism so much because I've gone through some mechanism stuff, but just kind of looking at situationally what are like kind of things that could happen, right? Or even this. So I drew a primary alcohol. I've drawn a secondary alcohol. So primary, secondary, tertiary. Here's an aldehyde. Here's a ketone. All right. And what's going to happen to all of these things with these reagents? All right, so we have two different types of oxidizing reagents. We have this chromium stuff, super reactive, and PCC, less reactive. So usually the way I think about it, chromium will keep taking hydrogens from the carbon of the alcohol as long as they're there. It'll just go for it. And maybe we should even show one more. This is exciting. What if it's methanol and there's 3? What's going to happen? Right? So we're looking at all the hydrogens on the carbons that have the oxygen. Right? Chromium takes as many hydrogens off there as it can. PCC only takes 1. PCC will only take 1. It's a much less reactive oxidant. So things that won't happen. So if I call this, I'll call this set 1. I'll call these reaction conditions A. These are reaction conditions B. So with A, there's no reaction with the ketone. With B, there's also no reaction. Nothing to react. With an aldehyde with chromium, you end up with carboxylic acid. The aldehyde with PCC, you get no reaction, right? Because it's just not reactive enough. Both of these, A or B, no reaction with the tertiary alcohol. There's no H's. Just like here, there's no H's to take, right? Secondary alcohol, you get a ketone and a ketone, right? Primary alcohol with the chromium, you get the carboxylic acid. With PCC, you get the aldehyde. Now with this, I think this is correct. With PCC, or no, sorry, with chromium, with the chromium one, this guy is going to go all the way to carbon dioxide. You're just going to keep going, right? You're going to pull all the hydrogens off. There's 3 hydrogens there, off they go. And I believe with PCC, you'll still stop at this acid aldehyde, I think. I don't know for sure. This one I do know for sure, pretty sure. Right, and we've been through we have videos, we've been through the mechanism, how it goes and stuff like that. But again, not looking to memorize things, but understand the steps and what to do if I laid it out for you.